Greetings, folks. This is Too Improper. And why break tradition? I'm going to open another gun impression with a lone bullet on the table. And in this case, the lone bullet is finally the 9mm. I've covered everything all the way up to 9mm here. Or I mean everything except 9mm, but here it is. Right here, you've got a 9mm. Oh, get that in front of the camera. 9mm Golden Saber hollow point, 147 grain. Nasty hit for a 9mm, which is why I carry it. But enough of the round. Today we're going to talk about a company that has been in existence longer than any other company in the world. They're the oldest manufacturer of anything in the world. They have been in service since 1526. That's 500 years of making firearms. They are the oldest firearms manufacturer in the world. They're one of the oldest family-owned businesses in the world. And they are Beretta. Yes! But Beretta was founded in 1526 by a man named Maestro Bartolomeo Beretta. And he's the very first one. And he's dead now, so he was unavailable for comment. Now, the Beretta has been one of the most popular firearms in the world since then. They've made a lot of rifles. They make a lot of shotguns. They also bought the Benelli company that makes shotguns. They bought Stoeger. Stoeger also makes shotguns and pistols. And but the Beretta M9A1 had replaced the 1911 as the service pistol for the American military, and there's Berettas all over the world throughout police departments and militaries. And that was their most common signature series. But I think now what's coming is a Storm. Boom. The PX4 Storm. This is indeed a beautiful pistol. It is the one that we are doing the impression of today. The PX4 Storm is a semi-automatic 17-round 9mm pistol, but it's also available in 40 and 45. However, the 45 is only available in the full-size model such as this. It is not available in the compact and subcompact models. But 40 is, and this is 9. This is one of my favorite guns. This is a very beautiful single action, double action with a great double action trigger, believe it or not, and a very smooth and crisp single action trigger. And this is the decocker safety model. We'll explain that when we get around to function. Now we're going to handle this interview of the gun, or this review of the gun, in different categories: appearance and specifications, workmanship and function, ergonomics, firepower and accuracy, carry and your carry system, and other notable stuff. So here it is, and what a beautiful gun it is. Let's go with appearance and specifications right away. The appearance of this gun is absolutely streamlined and beautiful. It is sleek. And with the appointments that it has, the appointments were made to fit in with the slide to frame fit and the beautifully done frame. It all marries harmoniously into this package of a pistol. As you can see, it's got sleek lines. This is like a Ferrari. This is like a Lamborghini. This is very Italian. It's very stylish and very beautiful. I have to admit, I wanted to see this gun first because I was attracted to it. Kind of like how we meet people that we marry. This was a very beautiful gun. I wanted to know more about it, and when I did, I wasn't sorry. I never looked back. And thanks to other YouTube videos from people that make these videos about the guns, I was really interested in it after I saw them. And then, of course, I had to go and pick one up. This is one of the sleekest and sexiest guns in my collection. Quite beautiful. And I'm very, very happy with it, so it's really good to have a gun that works and also looks fantastic. The specifications of this gun are that the length is 7.6 inches from here to here. The height is 5.5 inches. The sight radius between the rear sight and the front sight is 5.8 inches. The width of the pistol right here is 1.4 inches, while the grip is 1.2 inches. The weight of this gun unloaded with the magazine in, which it is unloaded and the magazine is in, is 27.7 ounces. So basically 28 ounces. It's not that much heavier with the other magazine. The workmanship of this pistol is outstanding. Second to none. And I would put Beretta against Sig Sauers, Glocks, any day. They're in business that long for a reason. Their workmanship, their dependability, their reliability. Our military chose Berettas as their service pistols because Beretta fits all of the rigid requirements and specifications. The workmanship is outstanding. The slide to frame fit is perfect for this gun. There's no unnecessary rattling or anything like that. The polymer frame is very stiff, rigid, and it's very good. You can tell it's a very nicely made polymer. Very good. The parts work well. Everything on this gun works very, very well. And it is a nicely done gun. One thing I can say is the finish here on this pistol is just beautiful. I don't know how close I can get so you can see how beautiful it is, but there is going to be a picture display after this. The finish on this gun is outstanding. Very durable, very pretty. So the workmanship and function of this gun is outstanding. And when we talk about function, or everything with this gun works very well. Easy racking, easy returning the battery. The decocker works really well. And speaking of the decocker, we can show you how the decocker functions here. You see that little dot right there? Now when I pull the decocker back, it's going to pull the firing pin out of position so that the hammer does not fall on a live round. See how it moves? It's moving up when I push down on the decocker, and the hammer falls. Now I know that makes a lot of people nervous with the hammer falling when there's a round in the chamber, but I guarantee you that it is not going to fire. The decocker works excellently. And then after it does, when you turn the gun sideways and you see that the red dot, which indicates firing, is covered up by this lever, this gun is on safe. So automatically after decocking, the gun is in the safe position until you return it back to the fire position, which is done well. That goes along with ergonomics, which we'll talk about next. Let me also tell you one other thing about the function of this gun, is that this gun gets its accuracy and its light recoil due to its rotating barrel system right here. And as you can see, when I rack this, and the same thing happens when the gun fires, the barrel rotates. Just a little bit. It doesn't rotate much, but that little bit of rotation during the operation of this pistol reduces recoil and gets you back on target quicker. And it also improves accuracy. It works in conjunction with the rifling inside the barrel to improve accuracy. Now, I'm not an engineer. I'm not sure how those guys figured that out, but I think that's pretty cool. Also, with the function, I can go on. It has Glock-like levers, but those of you who are familiar with Glocks know that you have to pull back on the slide a little bit like this and then activate the levers before the gun will come apart. You don't have to do that with this. You just pull back on these levers and slide it off. See if I can do that here. Bingo. I didn't have to pull back on it at all. And then the gun goes back after you're done cleaning it and everything, which is just about like every other gun. Let me get it back in here. Everything goes back and disco. Gun's ready to go. So the function of this gun is easy, and it is accurate and cool right out of the box. Now we can get on to ergonomics. The ergonomics of this pistol is of course outstanding, and it better be. This is a Beretta. You got to have some good ergonomics. For me, with my hand size, which is medium to large, the circumference of the grips, and I keep getting away from the camera there because I'm looking at the gun. The circumference of the grips fits my hand perfectly. But, like I was saying, this gun also comes with a larger back strap and a smaller back strap to put on this gun in the event you have much bigger hands or much smaller hands. That way, it's ergonomic for everybody. And everything is accessed easily. If you're a left-hander, the decocker and safety is on this side too, as well as this side. That's outstanding. You can switch around the magazine release, which is easily done. Oh, let me do that so you guys can see. I keep doing that. Sorry. The magazine release, which is easily done. That's a good follow-away magazine. The magazine release is right here. If you're a left-hander, you can turn it around and put it right here, and that would work well too. So ergonomically, it's good for left-handers and right-handers. With the only difference is the slide catch is only on this side. Left-handers may want to consider that because I don't know if that can be switched around. I don't think so. It doesn't. This gun here does not indicate that you can, but Beretta might make models that can. Check with Beretta and find that out. But ergonomically, this gun fits all of the function that you need. Even visual ergonomically, the 3 dots on the 3-dot sight system are very clear to see and ergonomic for your vision. There is a tack rail here. If you have any lights or anything like that, and your hands are of any kind of size, you can reach your controls down here. That's all right. So this gun is made very ergonomic and very well done. Firepower and accuracy. This gun's firepower and accuracy is outstanding. Probably one of the best I've shot. And with two 17-round magazines and a 5.8-inch sight radius, your accuracy with this gun is going to be very well, provided your sights are on. And mine came dead on, by the way. These sights were dead on. I'm shooting probably 2-inch groups at 15 yards, and for me, that's pretty good. And when you consider the fact that you get two 17-round Italian-made magazines with this gun, that is great firepower. The 9mm round as it is already a very, very good and very reliable round. And I won't get into the caliber debates because, believe me, nobody's going to want to catch a 9mm either. So all the big bore village people that say, 45 cal, 40 cal only or whatever, it's up to you. This 9mm and 380 are outstanding rounds. Firepower is outstanding. Carry and your system. Now, for concealed carry, I wouldn't in the waistband holster. This gun might be good for short periods of time, but because it's 27.7 ounces and even more loaded with 17 bullets, I keep getting out of the picture, folks. I'm sorry. And even more with 17 rounds in the magazine, it may be uncomfortable in the waistband. I personally open carry this gun. I have carried it in my waistband for short jaunts, but I primarily open carry this gun just because, of its size. And sometimes I just want to carry it, I don't like to leave my guns always sitting in a safe. I carry, as a matter of fact, all of my guns at some point or another. And often enough to be able to justify it on each of them. But your system, this all depends on your system, though. This depends where you work. This depends what you drive. This depends if you're riding a bicycle, if you're just driving in your car, what kind of car you have, what kind of seat you have, what your body type is. So you want to consider that this is 5.5 inches this way and 7.6 inches this way. And well, you do want to consider that it's 1.4 inches this way. The rest is up to you. Other notable stuff about this gun is that it was adopted by the Canadian Border Patrol. And when I looked at Wikipedia, it looks like a few other militaries and police forces from around the world are starting to adopt this. So it's a very good gun. A lot of people are buying it, and at some points, especially during this winter when the gun and bullet craze was on, this was a hard gun to find. I happened to find this when it was a hard gun to find. And I'm glad I did, though, because this is one of the most outstanding pistols I have. I really love this. I like all the guns I have, but this is a great, great gun. I'm really happy to have this gun and carry it. It feels good and it feels smooth, and it looks beautiful, and it shoots accurately. So, what more could you want from a gun? So check this out. This is the Beretta PX4 Storm. The prices for this range anywhere between $525 for a really good price and $575 for top price. I've seen it. But you can't go wrong. You pretty much cannot go wrong. There's been not many complaints about this. And remember, it also comes in compact and subcompact, which is very concealable. Thank you for watching this segment of the gun review. And coming up next is going to be all of the shooting and the field testing. The Beretta PX4 Storm offers a lot of controllability because of its weight and because of the rotating barrel system that allows for a dampening of the recoil. Also, the bore axis is really close to your hand, as you can see. And I will demonstrate target shooting, bowling, with the PX4 Storm. The PX4 Storm is controllable for fast shooting. Now, I'm not a really great fast shooter, but it does shoot quickly well, and it shoots with a lot of good control. And I'll show you right here. Controllability one-handed. Because of the rotating barrel system and the way this gun is built and the ergonomics of the gun itself, one-handed shooting is not so hard, even though you'll barely find yourself in that situation. One-handed shooting is a breeze. No problem.